Arteta driving Bruno Guimaraes transfer to Arsenal. Video is powered by Think Landscaping. Think Landscaping are dealers in what we call designing, planning, and transforming your outdoor spaces. So if at all you want to really take them to the elite level, go ahead and obviously call them on those numbers that are obviously written down there, and you'll thank me later. Rokani David is my name. Hope you guys are really having super fun wherever you are. And let's continue to obviously subscribe to this channel and see to it that all goes on well as planned. Now, let's obviously kickstart it off with this story coming in through from Fabrizio Romano, and he's telling us that Fabrizio Romano is telling us that Bruno Guimarães deal driven by Mikel Arteta, who is pushing to bring him in. Deal depends on Newcastle stance, but Arsenal bid again plus personal terms not an issue at all. No intermediaries, agents, Bartolucci, Kia, Jerobishian, and Alex Malvolta are on it altogether. So Bruno Guimarães has 3 agents. I don't know why he really has 3 agents, by the way. Maybe they're under the same agency there for you. But all I want to let you know is that Mikel Arteta is the chief driver of this transfer of Bruno Guimarães to the club of Arsenal. And you know he has always gone ahead to be. And if at all you've been following up history of these transfers of players coming to these clubs, the managers play a very vital role to say to it that these players obviously come and obviously do the needful in there for you. So, as it stands, the club of Arsenal is doing it. And they did it with the side, Sandro Tonali and Matheus Fernandes were players who wanted or who never wanted to play for a club known as Tottenham Hotspur. United, Arsenal were the forefront to sign those players. But guess what? The club known as Tottenham Hotspur used De Zerbi to convince these players obviously join Spurs. And indeed, those 2 players who are supposed to playing at Man City or Arsenal or Man United the coming season found themselves in a position of deciding to go and play for Tottenham Hotspur in there for you. Meaning that it was the manager's effect. And in here, speaking about Arteta driving the Bruno Guimarães transfer, it's his effect. You remember Mikel Arteta, when he was bringing Declan Rice, he told him, I'm going to make you the best central midfielder in the world. And indeed, he has gone ahead to fulfill it, because indeed, when you talk about the best midfielders in the world, Declan Rice is among. There is no way you can overlook him. And who has obviously gone ahead to make him look like that? It's Mikel Arteta. We all believe that even at West Ham, he was a very, very good player. But coming at Arsenal, competing at big levels in there for you, he has turned himself into one of the best in the world when it comes to playing into those midfield positions in there for you. So that's all about Arteta. He's driving this. And for Arsenal, making another bid is not their problem. Arsenal is very willing to obviously come up and obviously put in another bid. But it really depends on Newcastle and what is happening. The 3 agents of Bruno Guimarães are at this. They want this deal to obviously get done and dusted, because they know to it that selling a player to Arsenal is really, it means money. It means money, and they are money-making people in there for you. So, Bruno Guimarães transfer to Arsenal is being driven by Mikel Arteta, and Mikel Arteta's job is to convince the player, and he has already done it. The player 100% wants to come in through and play ball for the club of Arsenal. As I told you yesterday, he even went ahead to put in a transfer request to see to it that Newcastle allows him to leave. Though he's not like rebelling, or trying to force a move, like with a lot of force. He's doing it amicably. He doesn't want both parties to obviously experience what we call friction in there for you. So he's like, the gravity of his call or his request to leave is really friendly friendly gravity, and he wants a friendly fire. If at all it's gonna cause any ruckus, he wants what we call a friendly fire between Arsenal and Newcastle. So that's the captain of Newcastle, known as Bruno Guimaraes. Good player, and as I've already told you, if he comes in that midfield of Arsenal would have gone ahead to elevate their midfield to the next class. Because you look at Guimaraes and Declan Rice in that midfield, my dear, it speaks volumes in there for you. You're having a Martin Zubimendi, and for Zubimendi, Arsenal are really enjoying everything they're really doing, because Martin Zubimendi is not playing a minute at the World Cup, meaning that he has been resting for almost, I think it's going to 60 days, because he has not been playing football. You know that very well. Since 30th, and 30th was the Champions League final. 30 days of June, he never kicked a ball. And now we are talking about the 30. So far, it's 10 days. Those are 40 days of him not playing competitive football. He's training, and we all know that when players in the preseason, they really train. So they are training, and I think he rests for some good weeks, and then it turns at the club of Arsenal. If at all he really gets back to the levels he was at in the first 3 quarters of the season, then he'll be good to go. So if you add Bruno Guimaraes, Brazil knocked out of the World Cup, and the guy is doing all what has to do to see to it that he puts in a very huge shift. I tell you, Arsenal will have a fresh midfield at the beginning of the season in there for you. Now, from there, we leave that deal of Bruno Guimaraes there. Let's get to Barcelona. Yesterday, Fabrizio Romano went ahead to break the story. Breaking, Karim Adeyemi agreed personal terms with Barcelona and informed Borussia Dortmund he only wants to move to Barcelona. Adeyemi out of contract in June 2027 and not planning to sign new deal. Barcelona sent an official bid to Borussia Dortmund to get Adeyemi now, working to get it done in there for you. So, when you look at Adeyemi, he has agreed personal terms with Barcelona, and now Barcelona sent in an official proposal. Now, when Barcelona sent in their first proposal, guess what went ahead to happen? Barcelona will not match a 40 million euro price for Karim Adeyemi and remain confident to get deal done well under that fee. Adeyemi only wants Barcelona and will not sign new deal at Borussia Dortmund, eventually free to sign on free from January. So, if Adeyemi doesn't get moved by Borussia Dortmund this summer, he'll be guaranteed to sign a pre-contract with the club in January. So, Dortmund saw to it that they are really losing it out, and guess what he did? They are like, all right, let's let the player go in peace. And exclusive, Barcelona agreed deal to sign Karim Adeyemi. Here we go. Deal agreed club to club from 22 million euros plus 7 million euros of add-ons based on title winning and also appearances. Adeyemi only wanted Barcelona and will sign a 5-year deal with the Blaugrana. You understand? So that's exactly how things went ahead to pan out for Karim Adeyemi. He has gone ahead to obviously join the club known as Barcelona. And Barcelona have gone ahead to show Rashford a lot of hate. I think almost Adeyemi and Rashford almost play the same role, but I think they're like, Adeyemi is still young, and I think they really need her pace. So they're like, we're not going to spend 30 million euros on Marcus Rashford. You understand? And because Rashford was also having a release clause of 30 million euros, and they are like, we are not obviously going to spend it. So they've gone ahead to obviously go in for Adeyemi there for you, and they're obviously having him on a 5-year deal. So Karim Adeyemi to Barcelona, here we go. The player is obviously gonna be leaving Borussia Dortmund, obviously coming through and join the mighty club in the Catalonia. So your reactions to Mikel Arteta driving Bruno Guimaraes' transfer to Arsenal are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts about Karim Adeyemi to Barcelona. It will be one of those success stories at the club of Barcelona. All that and more into the comment section below. Continue to subscribe to this channel to see to it that we hit the magic number of how many subscribers of 30,000 subscribers. I'm out.